taken down by ASIO. So yeah, the stream will start again. It'll just have a new fucking all right, yeah, we're back both on YouTube and Twitch. But yeah. So that was really quick. Like the internet was down and then up. Still fucking annoying though. I guess we'll continue. I was like, then this might kill the stream. Like this might be it for tonight. But since it kind of recovered on its own, I need to change the settings so the stream doesn't automatically stop. And then it might recover, like when it's a long period of time. And then Kaki goes down. Yeah, when it's a long period of time, the YouTube will automatically kill the stream, but there is a setting to like turn off the auto stop. Let me just thumbnail. This is episode 133. Save. New stream movies, yeah. Third. It was VK. You think it's been taken down by Asia? Yeah, maybe. We've been talking about fireworks and porn and stuff. So the last comments were New Zealand. Yeah, so Maverick used to work at the Ford Mazda plant in New Zealand. Yeah, we had a Mazda plant, obviously Ford and Holden, Mitsubishi. Like there were a bunch of cars that were like assembled here in Australia, and used Australian parts. So yeah, Australia goes to war. Will it be able to start up heavy industry to manufacture heavy weapons? Potentially. I mean, so. Not getting political or anything like that, but like Australia has a large iron ore deposit, right? And heavy metals and precious metals like lithium and things like that. We just export it all. I guess for nations to do big industry, right? There's like, what is it? It's like 3 things that you need, and it's like labor force, economy, and like what's the last one? There's something else. But like like China has a massive labor force, right? Which is why they can manufacture a lot of things, right? The US has is it diverse? And resources, yeah. America is very good with lots of industries because it has a pretty decently sized labor force, but getting close to 400 mil, 350 380 million or something like that. They've got lots of resources and they've also got a great economy, right? Australia's got the resourcing, but we don't really have the labor force and our economy is not super, super strong. So having a big industry, yeah, resources is a little kind of tricky here, but yeah, we export a lot of our stuff to all sorts of places, our resources. But yeah, it's also expensive to manufacture things here, which is a bit of a shame. It's one of the things that's a bit of a shame with the car industry going, right? So like car industry, the vehicle industry is an example of it, but like those kind of industries, like we do still have metal manufacturing and that sort of thing here. Hello, Bravo, how's it going? But like they're kind of like not hotbeds, but like places for like engineers to like learn and develop and that sort of thing. So if a new technology came along, right, so like just talk about renewable energy, right? If you've got a bunch of engineers that are working in vehicles, building cars, designing cars, all that sort of stuff, building the machines for them and all that sort of thing, those people can, get into that new industry and help build it, if that makes sense. But now that we don't have any of those big technical industries, I think that sort of thing's kind of hard for Australia, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, but yeah, like back in like the 70s, I think it was, we kind of talked about this a little bit back when the US tariff stuff sort of started. Australia used to have tariffs on like everything, right? And back in like the 70s and the 80s, it was like $20 for like 3 pairs of socks, and like the business shirts and that were like really expensive and they were kind of shit. But then when they started sort of lifting the tariffs you could get like 3 pairs of socks for like 20 cents from China. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, it's I'm sure BHP still do steel. I think we still do steel, but I know that a lot of stuff just exported. Like it's all mined. Like we've got mines everywhere, right? Like BHP was Australia's biggest company. I'm pretty sure it probably still is. BHP Billiton. I remember going on a school excursion there in, yeah, still a thing. There is. And head up to Wollongong. It's about 2.5 hours from here. Go for a school trip. Watch them make steel and shit. Watching the smelteries is fucking cool. But yeah, like we got lithium mines. I think we do have cobalt as well, maybe. But like those materials are being used more and more, right? Like lithium for batteries, and then like that's while lithium batteries are still a thing. But yeah, we don't manufacture it. We sell off the raw resources. No tour of the steel mill. Yep. Yeah, so like I said, BHP is, or at least it was, Australia's biggest company. So like the steelworks is fucking gigantic. And like the massive crucibles pouring the liquid molten, it reminded me of Terminator 2. They're fucking huge. It's like the size of like a house, just like being tipped upside down or tipped on its side and just having like lava come out of it. Oh, that's so awesome to see. And then it was like Australia's longest building where they rolled out, like they took the big steel, I guess, blank, and they'd roll it out. And we were watching it, and like it was, I think the building they said was like 1 kilometer long, and that's how long the roll of steel would be that they'd roll. They'd turn it into steel rolls like in the game here. And they said they could roll them thin enough for like Coke cans, like 1 or 2 mils thick or something. Like, anyway. Yeah, kind of crazy. I remember that as a kid. Why does it say contract cucked? Because we're being cucked by contract. Look. Hold on. I'm going to click back into the game. All these are fucking locked. I can't do any of these. They're all locked behind things. So Forest's Den's what we're doing. Right. So where were we at? Hello, Jenkins. How's it going? Drives are okay. The internet's died twice, which is why we've got 3 streams. I know, you're grabbing something here. Terminator 2 is such a great fucking movie. Right, that's right. It was seven wooden planks, 2 cabins. And I think that's all we need to bring. The rest of it, I think we can get in Solace Bay. Like I said, using a fast truck's probably a decent idea, but I don't think I'll be able to carry all 7. I just won't be able to do the two during the cables, yeah. I won't be able to do the 2 cabins. I guess we could bring the cabins with something else. We could bring the buddy down. Oh, I can bring the twin steer. Yeah, let's go twin steer. You can get 2 cabins. You won't speak too much. You'll be playing on. That's all right. We can hang out. You can listen to me around. There's been a lot of like rambling and just like talking about random shit tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Not paying attention and forgetting to refuel and like tipping over by accident. Because I'm not I'm not fully focused on the game. Yeah, so we're sitting in the corner. There's all these contracts. We can see them there. We can see the cargo. We can see we can see the you know, the delivery destinations and all that sort of stuff, but we're not allowed to touch them. All the contracts are hanging out with that man. That's why we're being cucked. Is there a Road Kings playtest? Should I sign up for that? How do we sign up for the Road Kings playtest? Do I need to jump on the Discord? And when is it? We can try it on the stream. Everyone else will be. My Discord, are you broken? Okay, give me a sec. Let's do it now. Everyone wait till I've done it just in case there's limited spots. Come on, Discord. Okay, Control Shift Escape. End task. Suspended. Came across the link. Is it just where in the Discord, do you know? It's just a sign up. Yeah, okay. Beat me to it, yeah. I'm using my shitty old laptop, so you probably will beat me to it. And Discord checking for updates and starting and doing its thing because it was frozen. Announcements. All right, cool. I haven't actually looked at Road Kings at all. I haven't looked at any. No, I don't even know if there's trailers. I just know that I got told about it and I was like, that's stupid. Stay in your lane. ETS, ATS. But I could sign up for it. Maybe we can do a let's play or something. Where are you? SnowRunner Roadcraft. General announcements, maybe. Also, let's let the game run because it's nighttime. No date for the test. Okay. Register here. Something not guaranteed, huh? Registration doesn't guarantee access. Yeah, okay. Oh, coming soon to a chat near you. In a world of modern mayhem, neighbor navigates the treacherous terrains of SnowRunner. Hold on. I understand. Oh, do I have my Focus Entertainment fucking username and password? I don't remember. Not saved on this PC. I don't have LastPass on this laptop. Oh, I might have typed that wrong anyway. Gaming dev something about dock working simulator Docklands. Oh, there it is, inbox. Docked. So is that another fucking Saber game? Is it developed by Saber or is it hold on. Or is it one they're just publishing? It's like SnowRunner. SnowRunner 2. Fix your shit. Also, Jurassic World. Saber development. Oh my god, another fucking game they're developing. Like I'm fine with them developing new games, but fix your shit first. And now it's not specific. Yeah, I mean, but still they've announced it, right? Oh, I think I might not. No, it's too late. I've changed it. I might remember what the password is. Come focus playtester. Music need to manage daily operations at a bustling port after a hurricane. Roadcraft is so broke. Yeah, exactly. Huh? Why did it take me to my account? Is it the beta program? Is that where I need to go? What the fuck is my Discord username? Because it's actually, I don't think I have the numbers after it anymore. I managed to grab, yeah, it's just neighbor. PC. Okay, Game Pass. Road King, register. Renaissance, Mayo, Toxic Commando. Save selection. Okay, I think I've registered for it. Hey, Tim. Last thing in the base game to get. You could not pick it up with the crane, take it where I had to go. The game was released like that. Yeah. They fixed that now, though, haven't they? I think. But there's a whole heap of other bugs that are now introduced. We've noted that you'd like to play a somethings. Following focus games, Road Kings. Oh no, that's the beta program. That's different to the play tests. Hold on. Don't mumble my phone number. Australia is fine. This housing porn be wombats, all sorts. So yeah, that's why the stream keeps getting killed. The government's upset. Oh, I needed to learn French. Gaming habits. Time per week. What's 5 5s? 25. Okay, so between 26 and 35 hours a week. PC, PlayStation consoles. Play most often. PC. The example I have for stealth games is Splinter Cell and Dishonored. Oh, I'm going to pause the game because it's daytime. Simulation. Sorry, it's going to be a second. Gameplay. Next. My God. Would you like to sign up for an in-person play test at our Paris office on the 19th? I mean, sure, if you fly me out there. Yes. Testing mobile games? Nah. No. Submit. Okay, I've signed up for the playtest. If they look at my Steam name and see me criticizing season 16, all my videos complaining about season 16 on Steam, well, maybe I won't get into the playtest. But yeah. Alright, sorry, you guys have been talking. I missed it. Yeah, that's right. He's always complaining. He's so critical. But I do try and provide some, I mean, I didn't really in my review, but like, you know, when I'm talking about stuff like, you know, a solution, right? Not just, oh, this just sucks. Like, you know, articulating what the problem is, which is why it took me so long to write the review. Like, yeah, and then, you know, where possible, some sort of a solution. Like, just writing a review on Steam that says, this game sucks, I don't like it. Like, yeah, it gets the, like, the non-recommended. Oh, I forgot to mention to Zing. Zing, you still there? I guess the recommended, non-recommended numbers, but they're not useful as far as reviews are. They don't give people information and the ability to, like, decide at all. But yeah, I think Zing's gone. Damn it. I completely forgot. I don't play SnowRunner anymore because I love Roadcraft too much. That's a different to me at the moment. Just take early access for a complete game. Yeah. Early access, honestly, early? Yes. So, Zing's there. The reviews for season 16 are now mostly negative for the recent reviews. But the last 33 have been mostly negative, and it's still mixed for the 41 total reviews. But yeah, so the people that liked wrote their reviews in the first couple of days and like this season's awesome because they only just started driving around and they hadn't really gotten into the pain in the ass cargo stuff. They're being overtaken by people who have actually finished the game. There's one guy though I saw he put a review, like the most recent one. He was like almost a thumbs down, but I've given it a recommended. But then he had like way more things that he didn't like than he liked. Well, there was one thing that he said. There's something they said, and I was like, I was going to comment on it, but I was like, nah. I was like, if you're saying that, like, then, oh, that's right. He was like, I always liked 100% regions, but I've got this up to 41% and I'm done. And I was like, I'm going to reply like, then why are you recommending the game? Like that's a non-recommended fucking tick box if I'd ever heard one. So yeah. I don't know. I wasn't playing the game when Amur came out. I'm not sure. You'd be able to look it up. Sort by date and then sort of take a look. Like, oh my God. There's not a lot of reviews. Yeah, for season 16. The only problem is, like, I don't know, you know, they might only look at the reviews for the first couple of weeks. G'day, Blaze. How's it going, mate? The game is too easy. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, so wasn't it the Cola came out and now it was like, oh, that's kind of hard. And then Yukon came out and everyone's like, the game's too hard. So they released Wisconsin and then everyone's like, the game's too easy. And they were like, fuck you. Here's Amur. Wouldn't surprise me if Amur was supposed to be season 3. Okay, we are going the 49X. Oh, this is not the... Where did I leave the sideboard semi? The buddy's got one. It's too far away. Fuck it. We can overload with this. It'll be fine. Oh, I'm so stupid. I didn't get the... I have to take the twin steer back. I didn't get the cabins on the way. First thing you do with Steam, at least on Epic, you go check the Steam reviews and look them over. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of, you know, as I said this before, but I think you kind of have to wait a little bit before you can really determine, because there's going to be change truck. Like when the game or when a DLC or whatever first releases, you're going to get people reviewing it without actually playing the game. Like so Roadcraft is a great example when people were reviewing the Roadcraft beta. The people that were like, the hours played was like 1 hour and they're like, oh, I couldn't get co-op working for like 45 minutes. And then I spent 15 minutes playing with the settings. And so how long did you play the game, actually play the game for, to say that it's not, that it's shit? Like, and then the people that are just going to say that it's good just because of, you know, they're a fan or whatever. Like, I think it takes a little while for the actual, like, the proper reviews to come in, the people that actually put some hours into the game. Like, I mean, if a game's like complete garbage, you can usually tell that pretty early on and abandon it early. But yeah, giant roulette wheel that makes me to decide difficulty. That roulette wheel must have been stuck on fucking easy for like 10 maps, 10 releases. Whoops. There's a lot of negativity around the later states in ATS, really. Interesting. You'll probably, yeah, that's right. It's that, the 24-hour news cycle, right? It's like, you got to be the first, you got to get, like, people, you know, you got to get your reviews in as fast as you can. Yeah, that's right. There's fanboys in here. That's why I said, like, you know, when I do a review, and I've only done 2 reviews, and they've both been SnowRunner. It was the Mac Pack. But the Mac Pack review I did after, like, I ran them in Glaze for probably 20 hours before I did that review. And I was like basically using both of them exclusively. And then here, like, I was going to wait till the end, but I've done, I don't know, I'd have to check the hours on the stream, but I'm probably close to 100 hours in the region, so I think that's enough to get a pretty good idea. I generate a meta review, make no effort whatsoever. Oh yeah, that's always an option. A lot of time they enjoyed it. And there's always, like, same with like Roadcraft, right? Like we said this before Roadcraft came out. There's going to be the people that are upset about Roadcraft not being SnowRunner, right? And those people can fuck off. And hopefully, like, there was still a bunch of them, but, like, you know, the beta or the test, I think would have helped with that a little bit. But then there's also people like the game's just not for them. Like we had people in chat, I think Meg mentioned, she's like, yeah, I probably won't end up playing Roadcraft. It doesn't look like something I'll enjoy. Maybe I'll pick it up when it's on sale at some stage, but once she sort of found out what, like, you know, got more information about it, I remember she said that she was, you know, not so keen on it. And we had a bunch of people in the chat that were like that, and that's fair. I don't know if you'd write a negative, like a not recommended review for that though. Like, just because the game's not your cup of tea doesn't mean it's not a good game. Yeah, the fact that the reviews are trending negative for season 16 is, like, it's something if I was Saber I'd be taking note of. Like, okay, what are the reviews actually saying? You know, I'm sure they probably know most of the crap. Ooh, I don't know if that'll come with us if we're attached to the trailer. Talking about with cranes and back wheel rolls and vehicles, point where you can do real life. Yeah. Yeah. Now, oh, I'm fucking dumb. Oh my God. Change truck. Intrigued by the Jungle River picture. Yeah. So I think the Jungle River is the same map as the beach. That's not the right truck. Fuck me. Oops. Sorry, Bandit. In the same boat. Don't think Rogue with me, but you wouldn't have given never give you because you're personally not interested. Yeah, that's exactly it. And there's always going to be the people that do that. You know, there would have been people that would have not got a refund, waited for it to be released, negatively reviewed it, not played it, and then got a refund. Change truck. 49X. Right. Yeah, so the 4 screenshots were from 2 maps, apparently. For season... you're talking about season 17, season 18, like the year 5 ones, right? Oh, this will be a little tough. That's fine. I think we need 7. I will double check. You want to review? Oh yeah, you have to buy it on Steam, but like they've got this 2 hours of gameplay, so you could always buy the game. Actually, I'm not recommending this, obviously, but yeah, you could always buy the game, not even launch it. Although people will see 0 hours on record, like a yeah, do a review and then get a refund. Name says SnowRunner's up, yeah. Link to my Discord, link to my my YouTube. No such thing as bad press. Gets a bunch of people in the chat saying they hate me. Hopefully they get an ad. It'll push me up in the algorithm. If it's not 7, it's probably 6. He talks about porn all day long, yeah. About finding porn in the woods. As with children. As children. Quickly, let me double check the spreadsheet, and then we'll also double check the contracts, because I may have done, I think I have done, do people have pet wombats? Not really. People do like rehabs and that sort of stuff, but you need, I'm pretty sure it's illegal to have one without like essentially like a license. I just want to make sure you're not like abusing animals and shit, and that they have like a proper fucking place to live. But I'm sure that, maybe there could be like farmers and that sort of stuff that just have wombats that like live on their property, and they like feed them and shit, and they like hang out. But yeah. Right. Wooden planks. Where'd you go? Wooden planks 7. It is 3 for boarding time, but they are spawned. Have we done boarding time? Be a task if they're spawned, right? Red tape. We've done boarding time. Okay. So we only need 4. Oh, so we could have done the 2 cabins and... And then it's 4 for steel cover, which is a contract. There it is, steel cover. And the 3 metal rolls. Right, where is steel cover? There, which is locked by express delivery, getting cucked. Cucked again. So what I'm doing, I can't do... Well, we're here, we might as well fucking grab them. Fucking cucked. Wooden planks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a good weekend. They do. They like butt slamming walls. And they they also use their butt slamming wall ability to death by snoo other animals. Just for reference, wombats have a hard bone on the back of their like hips. I guess it's the back of their pelvis or their hips that they use to like shore up their burrows by banging, like slamming their asses against it. And then if they get attacked by a predator, like a dingo or a dog or something like that, then they run down their hole, and if the predator follows them in there, they'll essentially crush them to death by butt slamming them into the walls of their burrows. They also do square poops. I didn't mention that earlier. That's probably the more interesting thing about wombats. It's all... But what's more interesting, wombats like asphyxiate predators by slamming their asses into them inside their burrows. Wombats do square poops, or koalas have chlamydia. It's 3. Let's go a 4th one. Male platypus are venomous. That's some... some interesting Australian animal facts. The thump. Probably not, because they're pretty deep. Like wombat warren, like you think of it like a rabbit warren, right? But then imagine it as like a you know, an animal that's fucking like a 35-kilo dog, which is how many fucking pounds? 35.254 would be 77 pounds. So like imagine an 80-pound dog that burrows kind of like a rabbit. Square shit that you could use the bricks. Yep. That's right there. Yeah. 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 So like you could, like a person, I mean, not me, I'm too big, but like an adult could crawl down a wombat hole. A skinny adult, definitely kids. Dangerous. Death by Snoo Snoo, yeah. Old Futurama reference. Yeah, yeah. So it's a risk, right? If a kid goes in there and there's a wombat, the same thing could happen. Wombat could kill kids, and I guess it's happened. So I was always told it had happened. Like think of like badger hole, like similar size to like a badger, just like fat and bony. Yeah, I'd say, I don't know, 2 feet across, 50, 60 centimeters, wombat hole. Right. Express delivery, which is there, which is after Forester's Den. So where? Oh, where's express? Sorry, where's express delivery going? There. Okay, yeah, we can keep it with us. What? I ticked off Forester's Den. I didn't realize I needed wooden planks for it. I thought it was just the cabin. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's right. Zing. You don't have wooden planks on Forester's Den. On the spreadsheet. At least on the version that I have. If you're still there. If you're not, I'll message you. I noticed that the last episode. But then I forgot about it. Google says wombats eat small kids. Yeah, it probably does. I mean, you're in New Zealand, so it might be okay, and you probably know, but anyone who's like in, say, the US, just Google drop bear for me. A certain type of koala. How would you tell a doctor you broke your leg? This is listening to New Holland, got attacked by a wombat. The doctor would be like, yep, checks out. No, they're like deep, right? Like, you know, like 10 meters in sort of thing. It's unlikely. Like they'll hide first. It's like the final defense mechanism. Yeah, drop bears are legit dangerous here in Australia. Ooh, Enrique. I don't know if is it Enrique or Henrique, but either way, welcome in. Thank you very much for the YouTube sub. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad you're enjoying listening to me ramble about all sorts of stuff tonight. Giving some weird Australian animal facts. Also, we should do a poll. I couldn't be bothered. Guys. Tunnel Rats. Don't watch that movie. Yeah, I don't think I've seen all of Tunnel Rats. I do know about it though. Retriever humping your leg every day, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, drop bears and hoop snakes. as the game in hardcore, you stop playing, a lot of bugs and suspension damage. So, let me finish the thought about drop bears and hoop snakes. So drop bears are the more famous one. So drop bears are koalas that, carnivorous koalas that drop out of trees on people and fucking eat them, right? They're not real. But it's a story that the Australians would like to tell. It's a lot easier to convince people before the internet was a thing. Now the internet's a thing, it's a little bit harder. But when I was in the US in 2009, I found out that, like, you know, Googling in different countries gets you different results, right? So when you Google drop bears in somewhere like the United States, there's a lot of sites that are hoax sites that make drop bears look real. I don't know if it's still a thing, but I mean, I guess I could check with a VPN. But yeah, they're not a real thing. But yeah, there's also some cool pictures of like, in quote, drop bears that have murdered people with blood all over there. Yeah, it's not an urban myth. It's just not like, I wouldn't even say it's like, yeah, an urban myth or an urban legend. It's like just an Australian joke for foreigners. You know, when you get backpackers coming in and they're like, you know, when you go out to the bush, you better watch out for drop bears. And then there's like, you know, different remediations, like wearing funny things on your head and that sort of shit, that will stop them from looking at you. And then hoop snakes is another one, which is not as common, which is a snake that it's like a python. So it's a constrictor, it's not venomous. That bites onto its tail, and then it's like a hula hoop that and it rolls down the hill really quick and then gets you and and wraps you up and eats you. Yeah, buy me a beer and I'll tell you this story. Yeah. It's like that kind of stuff, right? Like, so the Australian equivalent of like a Sasquatch is like a bunyip, or a oh god, what's it called? A yowie. You know, kind of like that, like an urban legend, a myth. But there's no like people that believe drop bears are actually a thing in Australia. It's literally just to troll foreigners and scare kids, I guess. So sorry, Enrique. So the game in hard mode, hard mode's a bit of a tricky name. So the game, like the mud and the winching and the towing and the driving and the damage and the amount of money you get paid out and that sort of stuff is exactly the same as normal mode. The difference with hard mode is that nothing is free. So you have to pay for fuel, you have to pay for auto loading. Like I had to pay $150 for each thing I auto loaded, and I could manual load, but I've got a bunch of money. You got to pay for repairs, or obviously use like fuel and repairs out of trailers on the map and things like that. It costs money to recover your vehicle to garage. What the fuck is happening with that front wheel? Can you see that? Where it's like doing that weird twitching thing. It costs money to transfer trucks between regions. Vehicles and add-ons sell at 50%. You can't sell trailers. So basically hard mode, after like four-ish maps, isn't really that hard anymore. Like you kind of get to a stage where you don't have to worry about money. Like, you know, like here I've got 105 vehicles. I've got $1.7 million. Like, the kangaroo must be waiting in Australia. Yeah. But the thing with hard mode is it makes you play a certain way. So, you know, with regular mode, you can kind of like do a contract and then just return to garage and then go do another contract and return to garage and sort of continue around like that. But because it costs you money to return, like if I go recover here, it's going to cost me $8,000, right? To send the truck back. So you kind of, it's more of like a logistics mode. So you look at a contract and you go, okay, I'm taking these wooden planks to here. Then after I've done the wooden planks, there's a warehouse nearby. I can pick up some metal rolls and deliver them to there. That's close by. And it kind of teaches you like, you know, to play like that sort of way. So everything's kind of strung together, which is a really fun way to play. And the other really fun thing, it can be frustrating at times, but the recovering of your vehicles, right? So if you tip over, instead of just returning to the garage and trying again, you get another truck and you upright that truck, even if it's off a cliff. And then maybe the truck that you used to recover might tip over, and then you need another truck to come recover the 2 trucks that you used to recover. Like, yeah, and that can be a lot of fun. The troubleshooting and the figuring out, like, oh fuck, how am I going to get myself out of trouble now that I've just tipped all this cargo down this hill and my truck's upside down? Like, how am I going to unfix this? Time for you to pop out, no worries. But yeah, hard mode, like, it's not like I said, the mud, the driving, the winching, all that sort of stuff is exactly the same. It's just the logistics and the cost of everything. Or you just that's exactly like you can kind of play it in regular mode. You could play hard mode, but you will still get free fuel and repairs if you go past a garage, like ever go into the garage and things like that. But you could still do that in regular mode. Obviously transferring trucks between regions. So like, because it costs you money to transfer between regions, it kind of encourages you to not necessarily finish a region, but I'd recommend doing doing the regional progress. Have I? Like on each map before, like not necessarily 100%ing each one, but doing all the contracts to get the regional progress before moving on. Because otherwise you have to pay to send the truck and then pay the truck to send back. And like I said, money's another thing, but that's just the way that you played. You wouldn't, yeah. You popped another platinum. Which game? Chris? Or Jenkins? Was it Roadcraft? Oh, Skate. The new Skate? Skate 4 or the original? OG Skate was fucking awesome. Unpack cargo. Let me also just double check. Forester's Den. Yeah, cargo container is the last one, and it's also to the Forester home. See, why? Come on, Saber. Like, why can't I just deliver all this at once? Like, why does it have to be... Like, why does it have to be a different section? We're going to the same fucking place. Let me do it in whatever order. Who cares? Let me do all the logs and stuff. We'll make it different contracts. Like, fuck. Free-to-play skate game. Oh. I didn't know there was a free-to-play skate game. I remember, like, so, you know, my housemates and a bunch of my friends there are, like, massive skaters, right? So they kind of got me into it. But, like, I'd come from Tony Hawk's. And I was like, oh my God, it's so much. Like, it took a little while to get used to it, like, especially like the grinding and the manuals and all this other stuff. But like using the thumbstick instead of just using X on PlayStation or A to like jump and do like, yeah, that was amazing. Like, yeah, Bill Crane. I was so good with skate. Yeah, the Tony Hawk games are a lot of fun. Yeah, I really like the flick stick. I think that's what it was called. In skate. So funny, like I said, my housemates, a bunch of them were skaters. And like a lot of my mates were skaters. And I had a, what would it have been, PS3? Yeah, it would have been on PS3. That's something you found in the trip to in the adult cells. Yeah. So I had it on, I think it was PlayStation 3, and then my mate had an Xbox, and he had it on that. But because I had a full-time job, and he was still a student. I spent a bunch of money. I bought a 46-inch plasma TV. So yeah, I had that in my room. And he had like a little fucking, like a 30-inch CRT. And I was like, you can, like, if I'm not here, you can play the game. I don't mind. Like, yeah, it's fine. You go into my room and play PlayStation games and that sort of shit. and I don't think you could have a separate save. But the problem I'd always have is like I'd have my character, right, which kind of looked like me. He was like a big fat dude. But every time my mate would play, he changed the character to look like him. So I'd have to like change it back. I'm like, and I'd be like, Dave, I'm like, you can play skate. I'm like, but it doesn't change the way the game plays. Just fucking stop changing my character. And he'd be like, oh, I'm not. He's like, I don't change your character. I'm like, I'm like, dude, it looks exactly like you. It's even got a red fucking flannel shirt like you are literally wearing right now. He'd also like he'd play it and then leave the TV on like max volume. And my other housemate is like, I was like, does he just do that to troll me? Like he just turns it up when he's done. And my housemate's like, no, he fucking plays the whole game like that at full volume. I was like, oh God. I'm like, can you just not, like, I don't want to blow, like, I don't want the speakers to get fucked up or anything like that. I wouldn't have minded swapping rooms as long as I got to take my TV with me, because his room was fucking massive. I had the smallest room in the house because I was in another share house with other mates. And then they moved out and I went back to my parents for a couple of months, and then someone moved out of there and I moved in. So yeah. By the heads there, yeah. He was a weird housemate. He used to do random shit. It was like he was like, I have a feeling like his parents just spent their entire time following him around the house, closing cupboards and turning lights off for him. Because you could always tell when Dave had been in the kitchen because every cupboard would be open. Sometimes the fridge would be open. And like we had like our own cupboards. So it was like, you know, we had obviously the dish, like the pans and pots and pans and that sort of stuff. But like, you know, everyone had like their own cupboard for their food and shit. And he's like, you go shopping and then like 10 minutes later, he'd be like, hey, can I have those chips that you just purchased? Like I got to go to work. And I was like, how do you even, like, what are you doing snooping in my cupboard? Like, stop it. Yeah, like he'd always leave the lights on in the bathrooms. He'd leave, like, they had those like dangerous like radiator heaters, like the ones that are like on the roof. They're like fucking with the red fucking metal that heats up. He's from the fire, yeah. And he just leave that on. Like we'd go away for the weekend and we'd come home and he like wouldn't have been there for like 3 days and no one been there and it's just been on. It's like, how the fuck did the house not burn down? But yeah. I just imagine that like those infrared ones, the ones that didn't really heat up the room very much, but they, like if you stood in front of them, they'd heat you up. And had like a pull string because it was up in the corner of the roof. Yeah, that was it. We had 5 people living in the house too, 4-bedroom house. Another one of our housemates who's like my best mate, my very first friend actually, met him in preschool. He'd fucking, like he'd get home and the heater would be cranked up all the way. The house would be super hot in the middle of winter. And he'd be sitting in the fucking living room in his fucking underpants and a beanie. It's like, motherfucker, put some clothes on. Like, the heater doesn't have to be that high if you wore a fucking jumper and pants. Fuck, he installed those things. Useless as fuck, yeah. They're not bad for like, my cargo. Hold on, there's still crane. See if we can make it to the fuel. We might be just short. They're not bad for things like warehouses and stuff like that. So they like, we used to have them in auto tech, or automotive technology at school. Because like, obviously you open up the garage door. So if you're heating up the warehouse or the workshop or whatever, as soon as you open the doors, all the heat disappears. But if you've got those radiator heaters pointed at like workbenches and that sort of thing where you're going to be standing, then at least they warm you up. Oh yeah, the cost, they're super, yeah, they're dangerous and they're fucking, it's just like, yeah. I don't know how many fucking watts they would have been, but it's like a kettle running all the time, right? Refuel from the Tatra. Right, now, what did we unlock? We've been uncucked by 242. Ford CLT. Oh, and that was why I was going to bring the 963. Did I bring the 963 in then? No, I bought the twin steer though. Is there anything else that's been uncucked? Forest Watch. Delivery from the woods. Ground order. Ground order. Ugh. Where the fuck is the flatbed? Is there a flatbed there as well? I looked for a flatbed. Oh, no, it's the one at the river. There? It's not there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's the short. Okay, it's the short one. So it's a low saddle. Okay. I was going to say I can bring the W990 up for it. 2400 watts. Yeah, probably something like that. Where's the mine warehouse? Oh, it's only up there. I reckon the twin stick can probably pull the CLT. I reckon I probably can. Old rich guy can live in the hotel, run you up. Let's go get your heater on the aircon. Like 20 kilo. Hey Thomas, welcome back. I think you were on the last stream. My internet died. Good internet. It's been playing up the last couple of weeks. Give me a second. You. Yes. And then you. Oh, actually, no, we'll do that over here. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I remember my grandparents, we used to have them. Actually, I think we had them at my parents still have one. They kept it after they redid the bathrooms, but we don't use it. We have the heat lamps. Ooh, hydrate. Thank you, Maverick. I'll have a quick drink of water. But yeah, those heaters are like a 80s, 90s fucking nostalgia hit run. Right, thank you. A little bit of water. Give me a second. Things are going well. We're actually just about to wrap up. It's 11:58 p.m. I usually finish about midnight. What do we get? 86%? 87. Ooh, a stretch. Okay, we'll stretch before we're doing. We're finishing up. Well, actually, I can stretch while I'm talking. Yeah, 87%. What is it? Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow is Thursday. Oh, my back. It's a good stretch. 2 hours behind. Yeah. Yeah, with daylight saving, it's 2 hours behind you guys. Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday, so we will be streaming here again. Friday might be Satisfactory. It might be Ghost of Yote, but yeah, that's going to do it. We've got like 12 to go. Contracts. Wait, no, it'll tell us if we do this. 93. We got 13 passing contracts to go. My time, it's just about midnight. 11:59 p.m. But yeah, I've got a raid set up on Nate. He's just going to Solace Bay. He's been going for 40 minutes. This is his hard mode in Washington. 10 hours ahead of you. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, like I said, thank you for coming to hang out. We will be back tomorrow.